Greetings, TCGO fans. I have a favor to ask of you, and it is me requesting that this video and your eyes and ears have themselves a fine little howdy-do, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this game. Got a game against someone by the name of 32914. I think I've played her once or twice in the past. Didn't really end up going too well, but if I'm showing you this one, then you'll have to know that it went mildly well. But you can see grass energy. You know I'm using the grass deck. You can also see rare candy. It's not like it's any other grass deck. It is the same grass deck that I've been using for quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Jump Left, Celigor. I only pull one basic Pokemon, and that happens to be Shelmet. Not good. Not good. I do not enjoy this one bit. I mean, I do have the Celigor in my hand, and I can use the level ball for a Jumpluff, or not a Jumpluff, a Hoppip. I can use the level ball and the Hoppip just to rare candy it up. But other than that, my hand kind of sucks. I don't really know how good hers is going, but all I know about her deck right now is that she's got Smoochum and she's got Trainer Lock going on, because that's the only reason you run Oddish. I could definitely do with a couple of Oddishes just to slap into some decks here and there. Not really sure how useful they're going to end up being in the long run. Maybe put one in the Mewtwo deck just to keep Gardevoir safe, or, to be able to set up Mewtwo safely on the bench, or just Muse it safely on the bench, that kind of thing. I don't know. I feel like that deck relies a little bit too heavily on Junk Arms and stuff like that. So I don't know if I would actually go down that route, I suppose. Just something to think about. I don't have any of the Oddish line. But right now, we can see that she comes out a Scizor for a Skarm, I believe. So it tells me, right off the bat, she is running a Steel deck. Now, what the Trainer Lock purpose in this, or what the Trainer Lock in this is going to serve to do, is that Cobalion's Iron Breaker will prevent the Pokemon from attacking, and then if you don't have Switch, then you'll have to burn off the energy unless the Pokemon that's been attacked, has free treat, that kind of thing. It also lets Scizor get up safely on the bench without getting it captured up, since it usually needs around 2 or 3 energies to get the ball rolling. But for now, going back to my end of the field, I have a Shelmet, I have an Celigor, and I have a Hoppip, a Rare Candy, a Jumpluff, and 2 Grass Energies, and not really much else to show for it. So Sunflora's not going to, come into major play right now. I could have used a Level Ball for a Cleffa, but it was just like, I have the Rare Candy right now. Getting one Jumpluff set up with Rare Candy before Trainer Lock is up seems like a really good idea to me, because I think otherwise I can only evolve 2 Jumpluffs that way. So getting a freebie now and hoping I can shuffle out my hand later will be better. But for now, I am going to take advantage of the fact that there is no Trainer Lock and decide to use up as many of these items as I can. Get myself an early kill on turn 2 with the Celigor by taking out an Oddish. Now, anyone that's smart enough to be running Trainer Lock knows that you're definitely going to be running multiples of Oddishes, because people know what they do, and they're going to want to take them out as soon as possible, which is why she had 2 down. So, the one I killed off, she could, start evolving the other one with a Rare Candy or just Glooms or Vileplumes, what have you. You generally don't run too many Rare Candies in that deck, and if you do, you really only run them just to evolve Oddish to Vileplume on turn 2, if it's at all possible. But otherwise, you can probably just use Professor Elms and then that kind of thing. But she takes forever to figure out what she's going to end up doing with this Twins. It seemed like she was distracted in this game, compared to other people that have played. There was even a portion where I had to clip out 1.5 minutes sped up footage, so she probably ended up spending 2 minutes picking what she was going to do with the Shaman later on in the game. But she does have Shaman to redistribute energy, so at least we have that kind of advanced notice. But for now, this is all you really get to see at the moment. It's got Cobalion, it's got Scizor, it's got other stuff. I am actually going to go ahead and Junk Arm, I believe, my Revive and my Grass Energy in order to get myself a Level Ball. I'm using Junk Arm on stupid things right now, because if I don't throw away these items, I won't end up getting to use any of them once that thing gets into a Vileplume. So, best thing I can think of right now, I do have a Sunflora in my hand, and as tempting as it would be to get Sunflora up, I don't have anything else in my hand. I feel like I would benefit better from a fresh hand versus anything else. So, turns out I do get a Hoppip and a Jumpluff, which is pretty cool. Don't have a Rare Candy, but if I can, use the Level Ball before Trainer Lock gets up, then I really doubt that's going to happen, because I see a Gloom, and it's like, I don't really know what's going on here. But the reason I say that is because she doesn't evolve the Gloom on this turn. I forget if it's because she has an item in her hand that she wants to use. I don't know. I think maybe she wants to use a Rare Candy on that Oddish to get it to a Vileplume, and then that being it. Or maybe she forgot she had the Gloom. I don't know what the story is here, but, you know, she could use Twins to get Vileplume. I guess she just really wanted to get a Scyther and something else. But there's no Trainer Lock right now, and that's going to be pretty important because it lets me use the Level Ball to get my first Sunflora, and then from there I can get my second Sunflora, and then just use Sunflora's ability to work around the Trainer Lock. Just because, you know, flowers are not allergic to other flowers. I find that kind of cool how that worked out. For now, I see Cobalion has 3 special metals on it. I do not like that at all, so what I'm actually going to end up doing is going for the Acid Spray, just in case Shaman, you know, wants to be put down. I don't know that there's a Shaman at the moment, but I can just go ahead and use Acid Spray to take off one of those, and I know it won't do any damage, but it was either my Slashing Strike doing 30 or me taking off a 10 resistance, so Jumpluff can do more damage at this point. You know, a Celigore is basically going to be thrown away for the time being, and then I do still have a Jumpluff, so I'm not too worried about how quickly my my Sunflora is going to end up getting set up, because I can just send that in right now. We're good to go. I'm a little behind on prizes, but, you know, I get that, and then I believe I just put an energy on the Hoppip, shuffle out my hand, and then I can use Sunflora afterwards to get a Sunkern if I do happen to have Sunkern and Sunflora available to me, which I believe I check right now, and it turns out I do, which is fantastic. You can see them both on the right, but am I getting a Hoppip? I better not be. Why did I... Okay, whatever. I don't really... Maybe... I thought it was just to power up the bench, but it turns out that's a stupid thing to do, because I could have powered up the bench with the Sunkern anyway. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. I guess it's just mass attack for 80. That kind of works. Definitely could have put a Sunkern there, too. I guess it was just kind of the nerve of operating under Trainer Lock, and I suppose that kind of thing. What else do I have going on? Cobalion cannot kill me off unless it has a plus power, but it can't use plus power because Trainer Lock and whatnot. Kind of glad I didn't get a kill last turn either, because this hand kind of sucked. And, you know, N out and whatnot. But because, you know, she decided to use N, I draw 5 cards instead of 4. That will give me the extra grass energy to get a 3rd Jumpluff going with the Skiploom as well. You see the rare candy, everything on the left on my hand is unusable, and that kind of sucks. So... the best thing that she probably could be doing with the Smoochum, and I wasn't really thinking about it, but she does end up shifting 1 energy onto Sunflora, and I'm just like, God damn it, that is really useless. You know, Sunflora is not really going to have much of a reason to stay out of here, period, unless, you know, all of my other Pokemon get killed off, uses Sunflora to pull something else, and then just retreat out. So I'm like, okay, that's a thing, that's something I could do. But all I can really do right now, I can't catch her anything out, so I'm just going to go ahead and Leaf Guard, and, you know, just prevent myself from taking 30 damage on the next turn. That's all I really can do. And you can see Scizor getting set up in the background. For now, a Seeker comes into play. I was thinking, okay, hey, let's get Sunflora back into my hand to get that energy back, right? And then that way, when you use Energy Antics, you'll have to move it onto something else. Haha, take that. And then she puts it on the one that has an energy on it for it to have 2 energy. And I'm like, God damn it, that is wasted too. That is stupid. But turns out it's drawn into a Pokemon Collector. Very nice. Gonna let me get my 2nd Sunflora at the same time. And what that lets me do is it's gonna let me get both Sunfloras up in a line in a row. And then I also have a Shelmet going. So everything that you see that I just put down on the bench will get fully evolved by next turn in a fucking row, and it's going to be really cool. For now, I believe I took out a Cobalion, and yeah, this Jumpluff's fresh. I'll have another Jumpluff on the next turn. I'm not able to get up all of them just because I don't have that many Skiplooms in my deck, and I'm not able to get them back, you know, put them back with Super Rod or anything like that. But she uses Pokemon Collector, gets herself 2 Shamans, puts down a Cobalion. I guess she already had in her hand. I clipped out like a minute right here. I think I was already talking about it earlier. But she couldn't decide what to do with that Metal Energy. And then I think she finally just ends up deciding to, like, shift it onto Cobalion. And I think that does it for what she's going to do with it. I hope. Okay, yeah, believe it or not, that is a lot shorter than it used to be. But there's the first Sunflora. Going to use Sunshine Grace to get the second Sunflora. And then after that, I can get a Celigore and a Celigore. That's it. I believe that's more proper grammar. But Sunshine Grace, get the Celigore, and then also use Professor Oak to shuffle out this hand if I have not put down a Grass Energy yet. And as you can see, despite the Trainer Lock, I'm doing pretty good. And if she had put down the Vileplume 1 turn sooner, if she hadn't, that Level Ball would have been locked out, and this probably would have been a different game. As you can see, everything in my hand is basically useless. Not that I really need much of a hand right now. If I were able to use Catcher, then I probably would have taken out that Scizor by now. Other than that, not much else. For now, Gloom comes in. Gloom is probably going to come in just to die while everything else gets set up. And that's about it. So, end happens. I don't really care about my hand if she decides to shuffle it out. You know, get herself 4 new cards. I get 3. Big whoop. Everything that I want to have energy already has energy on it, barring the jump left on the left. But it's not urgent since I do still have 3 main attackers. And I'm just going to use Sunflora to thin out my deck a little bit by pulling the 2 cards I don't really need. I can see that I don't really have a whole lot of energy left in this deck. I don't really have a lot of energy in this deck anyway, just because of how light it is. But for now, I'm going to bring in the other jump bluff, and then that does 110 damage because 11 out of 12 slots on the field are full. Draw myself into an item, which is useless at this point. Scizor, I believe Scizor will die. No, I will die to Scizor's attack, is what I was trying to say. Let me see. 30 plus a couple more for every metal energy, I believe, attached to Scizor. So 30, 50, 70, 90. That kind of makes sense. So right now, I'm just going to put down a Shelmet because that is the only thing I have left I can evolve. And as you can see, I'm out of Pokemon after this point. But the important thing I need to do is you can see, I think you can see that it has 1 special metal energy attached to it. And that is actually going to let it live with 10 HP if I try to attack it with Mass Attack. I have a plus power in my hand, but fucking Vileplume, let me tell you about it. So I need to go for a Leaf Guard first to ensure that I get a little bit of damage off first. And then that way I can survive the next Metal Claws, and I should be good to go. But she puts down a double colorless on it, more than likely just to end up retreating, and then goes into, I feel like Cobalion is the next thing, just to go for the Iron Breaker. I don't take as much from the Iron Breaker, but I'm able to switch out into something else, and then that kind of works out. As it is, the only other thing with energy on the field at the moment is my Celigor, so that's all I can really attack with. Score's getting pretty close, as you can tell. I'm maintaining a slight lead. I don't know how long I'll be able to hold it, but, you know, it's really just Cobalion and Scizor. That's all I got to worry about. For now, we're going to go into a Celigor. I did not evolve the one on the bench yet. It's not really that urgent. I guess I'm just kind of waiting for a Grass Energy so I can get both done at once. You know, it's whatever. Celigor won't die to an Iron Breaker. If Cobalion wants to switch out and then, you know, have that happen, just try to take things out with Scizor, fine, whatever. I still got a couple other things. I need Grass Energy is just what I need. You know, the fields are getting a little thin, so to speak, with this deck. Skarmory gets a Metal Energy on it. Not a big deal, I suppose. You know, Scizor's got enough to kill everything on my side of the field, you know, pre a Leaf Guard. And then I draw into a Rare Candy, which is stupid, stupid, stupid. That needs to stop happening. What I can do right now is, since I've weakened the Cobalion with Jumpluff, I can go ahead and take it out. That does 110 damage because no special metal energy is attached to it. And as you can see, one of my prizes was a Grass Energy, so that's a sight for sore eyes, I suppose. Going to be able to put a Grass Energy on the Celigor after my Jumpluff dies. Or, you know what? I can put a Grass Energy on the other Jumpluff. I think that's what ends up happening, because I don't think a Celigor by itself is able to finish off Scizor. So, another Metal Energy goes on Skarmory, and I believe we're getting near the end of the game, because she puts down more pokes. That's actually going to help me get the kill, guys, because, you know, the damage was reduced. It's reduced by 10, and then I can just put down another basic Pokemon just to keep it back up at regular. But for now, I'm going to send in the Jumpluff. I believe put a Hoppip down, and then put a Grass Energy on Jumpluff. And then I believe just Mass Attack for the win, so that does 100 damage. And that kind of cleans up that deck. So both somewhat interesting decks. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you're welcome to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I think I have 2 more videos to render on this Saturday of narrations. And maybe I'll take some more battles, record some more battle videos. I don't really know. I just had this planned, and then that's it. So here you go, and bye and stuff. I'll see you on the next one.